Hello, everybody, and welcome to this special bonus episode of Muddy York. In January of this year, we released a fascinating episode exploring the history of basketball in Toronto. If you haven't listened to it yet, I highly recommend heading over to your favorite podcast platform and checking it out. It's packed with great clips and is truly an enjoyable episode. That episode concluded with a discussion about a WNBA exhibition game held at Scotiabank Arena, which was played to a sellout crowd. The success of that game sparked speculation about whether Toronto would ever secure its own WNBA team, and now that speculation has turned into reality. The next great moment in Canadian sports history starts today. These words marked the official announcement that Toronto will be home to the newest franchise of the Women's National Basketball Association. The announcement was celebrated at a news conference in the city attended by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow, and rap superstar Drake, who is an ambassador for the city's NBA team. This new franchise, the WNBA's 14th, is the league's first expansion outside of the United States. This is not just a significant moment for women's sports in Canada, but also a proud chapter in our nation's sporting history, especially considering that basketball itself was, as you can remember, invented by a Canadian. The team, which will begin playing in 2026, has yet to be named, but the anticipation is already building. On social media right now, fans are buzzing with suggestions. One user proposed the Toronto Dragons, a name that was once considered for the Raptors. CBC reporter Tom Harrington floated the idea of the Toronto Aurora, a nod to the Northern Lights, or other suggestions included the North Stars and the Huskies. Some horrible ones included the She-Rexes. I really hope they don't do that. The latter being the Huskies, being a historic basketball team in Toronto that disbanded, if you can remember, if you listen to the episode, in 1947, just after one game. Now, that's a spoiler. Go back and listen to the episode, Toronto Basketball History, and you'll love it. So, back to the WNBA. Larry Tenenbaum, the Toronto businessman who secured the WNBA franchise, did it for $50 million. He mentioned that the team would take its time choosing a name, actively seeking public input. For Misty Meeks, a public relations expert at National, a Canada-based marketing firm, the name should resonate with the culture of the time and have the ability to evolve. We're not just launching a new team, she said. You're opening up the playing field for women's sports in Canada, and that's a huge endeavor. It's about standing for something far more than just a team. Again, if you go back to the episode, you may remember that 30 years ago, Toronto faced a similar challenge when naming its then new basketball team, the Toronto Raptors. Tom O'Grady, the NBA's first creative director, recalls it as a very difficult assignment. At that time, the Maple Leafs were a dominant force in Toronto sports, with the Blue Jays also basking in championship glory. To carve new ground, the Raptors marketing team opted for a unique name that would appeal to younger fans. Dinosaurs, riding the wave of the 1993 hit movie Jurassic Park, became the perfect mascot. The name Raptors was born, appealing to children and positioning the team as an international brand. Despite some early skepticism, the Raptors' name and branding have become iconic, with the team winning a championship in 2019 and inspiring a new generation of Canadian basketball players. Mr. O'Grady, who also played a pivotal role in branding the original 8 WNBA team, sees a similar potential for Toronto's new WNBA franchise. Unlike earlier WNBA teams that mirrored the NBA counterparts, Toronto's team will have an opportunity to forge its own identity, especially since it will be playing in a different venue from the Raptors. I really sincerely hope that they do this and is not actually tied to the Toronto Raptors. Larry Tenenbaum's comments hint at a broad national appeal, suggesting that the team will play games in Vancouver and Montreal, uniting fans across the country. As the excitement builds, Misty Meeks is optimistic. The time is now, she said, reflecting on the rising popularity of women's basketball. She has high hopes that the WNBA will be warmly embraced in Toronto and across Canada. So, stay tuned as we witness the birth of Toronto's newest sports team, a team that promises to be more than just a name, but a symbol of progress and unity for women's sports in Canada. This has been a bonus episode of the Muddy York. Again, check out the history of basketball that we released in January on your favorite podcast platforms. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you very much.